So Rabbi Yoel, this is all from called from Rabbi Yoel's Shurim Fabrenganish, and I'm just seeking the stories. He says years ago, and we know who this player is, but since Rabbi Yoel doesn't say who it is, I'm not going to say. But then years ago, there was a younger man that came. His background was from one of those chugim. Chug means communities in that were very opposed to Lubavitch, extremely opposed. I can tell this. I can tell you, it was Satmar. Without going to the story, but there was a time in the late 70s where it was the opposition was fierce and on occasion violent. I was witness to that in 1977. Things came to a head then after Entebbe and other incidents. So this one fella, for certain reasons, he's a brilliant young man. Actually, he headed the yeshiva in Satmar for exceptionally gifted students. So he began to learn, and he's searching. He says, "This is the chacham. He's searching. He's searching." And so he started to learn Chassidus Chabad. And as time progressed on his own, he wanted to learn deeper. And he doesn't go into detail, but at a certain point in his journey, he made this surreptitious connection to the Rabbi Yoel. The Rabbi Yoel says, Baruch Hashem, indeed, very slowly, as he began to learn Chassidus deeper and deeper, he got closer and closer to Chassidus and to the Rebbe. And eventually, it took a long time, he partially became a Lubavitcher Chassidus and Mashpia today. Now, it goes back to those early days. We started to learn Chassidus in the early days. He said to me, teach me anything that you see is appropriate to teach, but I have two requests. No one should know that we're learning. This has to be a secret. He used to come to the Biel, mamish, under cover of darkness. And secondly, teach me anything from Chassidus, but only of the Rebbeim up to the Rebbe Rashab, not the Frierdiker Rebbe and not the Rebbe. So Rabbi Yoel says his first request he understood. He's coming from a community that if they know he's learning Chassidus Chabad, he's going to be in deep trouble. Tremendous tensions in those days. This is the height of the whole tension. Today, by the way, it's a matter of history. Baruch Hashem. But the second request, I was found strange. Explain that the Frierdiker Rebbe and the Rebbe, they are viewed by their community in Satmar as Zionists for what they do for the Jews of Eretz Yisrael. And for them, Zionism is absolute kfirah. Therefore, I don't want to learn any of their teachings, not the Frierdiker Rebbe, not the Rebbe. But the Rebbe Rashab, and prior, it's kosher. The Rebbe Rashab actually, not going to pratim here, opposed very much early Zionism. Bemes, nothing changed in terms of the Shita, but that's not for now. That's not our subject. Anyway, let's continue. That since it was his condition, so the story continues tomorrow. I'll just tell you this much. So he used to learn with him Tanya and Svarim of the previous Rebbeim, but by heart, I would give Biurim from the Frierdiker Rebbe and the Rebbe. Now, at the outset, he didn't know where this was coming from, but eventually began to realize that I'm quoting here, sharing from the Frierdiker Rebbe and the Rebbe, and that opened his eyes that there's not these modern Zionists. It opened his eyes that they're not what he thought they were. Despite everything he was inculcated with, indoctrinated with in Satmar. And this took a long time, but he already agreed, okay, we can learn mamash from the Frierdiker Rebbe's Chassidus and the Rebbe.
The story of Rabbi Vector.
What?
The story of Rabbi Vector from Monroe that started a whole group of Bachrim that started learning Chabad Chassidus and got thrown out of Satmar, and now they all wear the Lavush.
The Biel doesn't. Yeah, Rabbi doesn't say, so I'm not saying, but that's him. He's now lives in Yisrael. So Rabbi says, in brackets here, we'll continue the story tomorrow. Once I went from a moment out of the room we were learning, and there's a look at the sichas on the table. I came back. This was like the first time that we'd never learned yet from the Rebbe's Chassidus. He's looking at it, and I see him saying to himself, "Was kvire, wo kvire, das ist emunah tahira." What kvire, which means apikoris. What? This is pure emunah. The story continues, and Beis Hashem tomorrow. Okay, friends.